Hey TikTok, how you guys doing today? So I wanted to come to you to share some of the knowledge that I learned going through my second custody agreement with my ex. So we ended up having to do a second one because he moved to a different state without telling anyone, which made him in contempt of court. So it gave me the opportunity to go back and change it. So I did. And one of the things I put in there was to have payments garnished. And he didn't bring it up during mediation, so it stuck. So I was happy about that. But I also knew that there was a good chance that he could still stop paying at any time. And I actually expect that to happen eventually. But regardless, we had done everything privately through lawyers, and my lawyer had told me that I would find out from the state of Georgia how I would be collecting the child support. I would get information about an account, and that's what I would use. So I waited some time, never got anything. Finally, I called the state of Georgia, the child support services, and that's when I was informed that when you do a settlement out like privately like that, the state is not informed of it. You have to ask for that service. So I asked if there was any fees. There's a $25 fee for just kind of starting it, registering. But if you're on WIC or a service like that, that fee is waived. I am not on those services, so I paid the $25 fee. Then you start filling out paperwork, and some of the paperwork is similar to what you already had to fill out if you redone your custody agreement through a lawyer. And I will say that took a couple months. A lot of the paperwork does require a notary, but here's a little food for thought. I learned that they actually have a notary in the child support offices. So anytime they would send me a document that I either had to sign or redo, or they needed additional information and it asked for a notary. The first time I paid for one, but going forward, I would just ask that their notary within the office would sign it, and then I'd ask for a photocopy, and that was never a problem. Another thing, if you are in a domestic violence situation, you won't get an online account to be able to use. I'm not for sure the reasoning behind that, but my guess is they don't want your significant other or your ex, going into your account, especially if you're in an abusive situation. So if you're in a situation like that and you check that box on the form, then you need to handle any business either by going to the child support office yourself or giving them a call. Anytime that I have called them, they have been very receptive, quick to answer my questions. I'm not on the phone waiting for a long period of time at all. And that's the same with going into their office. It's been a breeze. I was not physically, I did not receive any kind of domestic violence related to physical things from my ex, but emotional and financial abuse I did receive, unfortunately. So I did check that box, and so now I only go through actually going to the office or making any phone calls. Like I said, it's been really easy. Now I receive all of my payments through direct deposit into my account, because previously it was a check being sent from the place where he works, and the checks a lot of times, I mean, they would take some time to come to me through mail. So every Monday I have my child support already in my account, and it's been really fantastic. There's also another service that they will do for you, which is called enforcement, and that's exactly what it sounds like. If the person, your ex, that's supposed to be paying the child support is not doing that, they will enforce it. So in my case, my ex is in South Carolina. So South Carolina does the enforcement. Again, no, there's no fee. It automatically, if you tell the child support office you want them to do both, they sign you up for both. I pay my taxes, so I sign myself up for both, because like I said, I do not think that this person is going to fulfill his promise to pay child support. I think he will find a way to dip out eventually, and I want a documentation of what has happened. So with this, I now have the state getting the child support money and putting it in my account. So that is one type of documentation. And then if he fails to stop paying, they can go after him through, well, his wages are already garnished, so that's not an option for me. But they can garnish any tax return finances that he receives. They can take away his driver's license. They can also take away his passport. So those are all options. So for me, I like it because someone else is handling it. And that's the other point that I want to bring up. I've had a lot of friends, in these cases female friends, who have said to me, oh, well, I don't want to worry about that. But then in the next breath have told me how their significant other isn't paying or is late or pays when they want to or whatever. Why are we doing this to ourselves? We've spent the period of time that we were with these fools, helping them through things, giving them money, being their mother, their support, their teacher, their everything, their wife, cooking for them, cleaning for them, doing all this kind of stuff. And yet we want to continue to take on that role of being their mother when it comes to paying for what they should be paying for. They helped make this child. If they cannot keep up to their promise of taking care of that child, why should it be me making sure that that happens? So I really highly suggest you guys to look into possibly doing this. I don't know if all states offer this. I'm assuming they do. I've been told that Georgia and South Carolina do not take you not paying for child support very lightly. They are really into enforcing and making sure. So give that responsibility to yourself. You have enough as a single parent to be doing for your children or child, to also add on that you're the person who's trying to, shake down your ex to get child support financing from them. It's just ridiculous. Let someone else do it. If you have a great relationship and it's not a problem, then don't do it. But if you have an inkling that this is going to be a problem, or they are making it a problem, have someone else do it. Just go through your state. It's just so much easier. And also that leads me to another thing. I know I've mentioned a few times about this app that my ex and I use, and I'll do another TikTok about that a different day. But one thing I like about this is, like I said, I'm not shaking him down for the money. So it's one less thing that I have to approach him about. It's one less thing that possibly could make me lose my temper on him, or this, that, or the other thing. And I don't want to put myself through that. I am in the place of healing. I'm in the place of being my own person, and I do not want tied to him. I look at our separation, our divorce, our child support agreement as a business arrangement. If I was in a business with somebody, I wouldn't be, trying to shake them down for money. I'd be taking them to court or whatever. So that's why I go through this. Let the state handle it. That's why we pay our taxes, folks. But I feel like it's a great way to just make that boundary and set that boundary for yourself, that you're not dealing with this person, especially since you're in a co-parenting situation, be it one that it's more one-sided or not. You're still sharing that child in some way. So why go and make yourself crazy by trying to hunt this person down for money? They're not following even the law. Let the state do it. Give yourself that space, give yourself that grace to heal, and just cut ties with that person as much as you possibly can while you're still able to co-parent. So that's my advice for the day. I hope you have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.